Hey everybody, Corey here with the Weekend Warriors Home Improvement Show. Today I'm going to show you how to swap out an old switch for a dimmer switch. I've got this old dimmer switch here that was already here as a dimmer switch, and it doesn't really work with the new LED lights that I've just installed in this room. But I do want to say, if you're not comfortable dealing with electricity, call an electrician. There are definitely certain things that are above my limit, and when I don't feel comfortable doing it, I call an electrician. This, however, is something I've done before, and I'm going to show you how to do it. So the first thing you want to do is turn off the power and make sure that the power is off. You turn it off at the breaker panel and you just make sure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this little tool. It measures voltage in the line, and I'm going to hold it up to there. And if the electricity was on, it would be beeping. So this power is off. We've double checked it. First thing you want to do is take the old one out. So I'm going to pull the old one out. And just for fair measure, I'm going to double check and make sure that these wires are not hot. We're good to go. All right, next we're going to take the old switch out. And that's it, easy as that. So now what we've got is a new Lutron switch specifically designed for dimming LEDs. You want to make sure that you choose the correct switch. If you don't, especially with LEDs, you could have issues with your lights flickering or not turning off all the way. So make sure that you see that it's compatible with LEDs. So on the back of this, there's a lot more wires than you probably would be used to. The biggest ones that you want to worry about are these two. Since we're installing the switch in a single pole application, meaning that there's not a three-way switch. A three-way switch is totally different, so that would be a separate video. This is a single pole application. You're only going to use the two, the red and the black. There's a striped red one, red and white striped. That one we're just going to wire nut off, fold it up, and stuff it inside the box because it's not needed. That's what that little blue wire nut inside there is for, a single wire. We're just going to put that over top of that. Just like that. So now what we're going to do is we need to pull out the ground and connect this to the ground inside the box. And the ground, if you don't know, is just bare copper wire, just like that. So we're going to pull this off. We're going to connect that here. Then we're going to push that to the back of the box. Next, what we're going to do is connect the hot wires to the switch. The red one is going to be connected to the wire that goes to the light, and the black one is connected to the power that comes into the box. All switches switch the hot wire. If you don't know which one is which, it can make it a little more difficult. What you might have to do is hook it up, and if you get it backwards, you might have to switch it. So this is pretty easy. We're going to take two wire nuts. We're going to take the one going to the power and connect that to the black. Just like that. I'm going to connect the red side to the other black that goes to the light. And that's it. The white one stays just where it is. We're going to push that back in. And we're going to push these inside. One thing to keep in mind is these dimmer switches are pretty thick, so you got to make sure that your box is deep enough to accommodate it. We're going to push that in just like that. One thing I like to do before I tighten these down is to put a level on them to make sure that they're plumb. It's a lot easier to do it now rather than after the plate is on and then it looks crooked. Right there. Now, before I put the plate on this, I'm going to test it to make sure that the off is in the off position. and we'll test the dimmer before we put the plate on. So I'm gonna go run downstairs, turn the power back on. I'll be right back. All right, the power's back on. Now we're gonna test the light switch. For this particular model, the slider on the side controls the dimming, and the up and down toggle turns the light on and off. So it's a good sign the light's still off and the switch is in the off position. So let's turn it on and see what happens. All right, there's one more adjustment on this before I'm gonna put the plate on it. On the side, you'll see here a little plus and a minus. So that there is the adjustment for the lowest possible setting. When you're dealing with LEDs, sometimes the electrical circuits inside the LED won't allow it to dim as low as an incandescent. So what you want to do is adjust it down as low as you can get it before it turns off or starts flickering. So not there. That's about perfect. All right, we're ready for the switch plate. And there you have it, we're all done. Super easy. I feel like any weekend warrior can handle tackling replacing a dimmer switch. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave those below. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.